6:10.
Okay. Okay, motion would be in order to come back in session
I make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
and let the record show that no votes were taken. And a second, discussion? No discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
So ordered. No action on 511 Finance Committee. No action on
Public portion.
at the end of-
We're down to 7.1.
at the end of the meeting. At the, 521, public health safety, no items. 531, street committee, no items. Or the mayor, report of the president, I gave it. Legislative vote, 6.1, items for public hearing, no items. Financial business old, no items. Financial business new. April statutory refunds. Funding for purchase of sweeper for highways and bridges.
8.1, April statutory refunds. Move that the report of the tax collector relative to the refund of taxes for a total amount of $10,472.49 be approved, and that the finance director be directed to make payments in accordance with the certified list received from the tax collector, with funds to come from the statutory funds account.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered. 8.3, funding for fire inspection, inspector vehicle repair, no action.
What about 8.2, John?
8.3.
Yeah, we're on it.
We gotta do 8.2 first.
I didn't make, you can vote on that. Okay, all. in
Okay,
favor?
8.2. Funding,
Okay, all in favor?
no, we did
Yeah, right.
8.1. We're going
Read
we gotta do
Read
8.2
the
next.
motion.
Gotta read the motion.
Okay, funding for purchase of sweeper for highways and bridges.
Move per the recommendation of the Assistant Finance Director to waive the bidding process for the purchase of a used Broom Bear sweeper for the Highways and Bridges Department in the amount of $50,000, with funding to come from the automatic bonding pursuant to section 7.16 of the city charter.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, discussion. There being no discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered unanimously. 8.3, funding for fire inspectors, vehicle repair, no action. Item 9.1, legislative new items to public hearings, 9.1 proposed. Broadband ordinance, no action. 10.1, question that does it. Get now to the public, public hearing.
Public
Okay,
portion.
everyone, did you sign up? Now they call the names. Sign up. Meanwhile. Okay.
Very blue.
Good evening. On the street committees, once again, there's no action being taken on the Riverview Park Road, which I have been requesting it be paved now going on 3 years. I kept hearing that it's going to be done, yeah, soon. I don't believe it. Also, is Mayor Loretti still on Zoom? Is he present? No? No. Okay, well, he is neglecting to give us a tax break. As I mentioned in 4 months ago, January, that if he would have our police department sign up with the Department of Homeland Security and assist ICE in deporting the illegal aliens that they come across in this city, the Department of Homeland Security would pay the entire salary of the police department, which is well over $1 million. would equal a nice tax cut, you think? Anyway, uh, two months ago, the Department of Justice had sued sanctuary states because they will not, by law, reveal their voter rolls to ensure that only living American citizens will vote. Connecticut is one of the defendants of those suits. Ask yourself why. I'll give you three guesses. The first two don't count. It's a no-brainer. This is political corruption at its finest. All right. Senator Murphy, our senator in Connecticut, on an interview on MSNBC, talked about the people we care about the most, the undocumented Americans. I called his office last week and I was told that that was not from a month ago, that was from 2023. He has not changed his position. Barely a day goes by when we do not hear of some horrific crime or accident allegedly caused by an illegal alien. This is a real issue in this country. People's lives are in danger. Last year, 2025, 17,864 ICE detainers were ignored across the country. These cities and states, after they deal with their illegal aliens, send them back out onto the street to commit more crimes. This is outrageous. 31% of the population in America lives in sanctuary cities and states. That's nearly a third of the country. All right, it boils down to this. The Democratic Party of 2026 is a clear and present danger to 2/3 of the people because they are pro-illegal alien, which equals pro-crime. One last thing. Napoleon once said, "Never interrupt a man making a mistake." I'm paraphrasing, of course, but you get the gist. The Democratic Party of 2026 is in self-destruct mode. It has not learned from the general election of 2024. This lack of critical thinking is the primary symptom of chronic Trump derangement syndrome. Some say it's treatable, even curable, but I doubt it. Nothing less than a lobotomy would work. The majority of Americans now view the Democratic Party of 2026, metaphorically, as a mentally retarded relative that is a burden to the family. So we have to make sure we vote this November and keep them as far away from power as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Don?
Michelle Eckler.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Michelle Eckler, and I reside at 17 Grove Street. And I'm coming to you this evening in advance of the budget season. I'm here as a 25-year veteran educator and a mom of two amazing Shelton Public School students. I grew up in Shelton and walked the halls of Shelton High School as a proud graduate of the class of 1997. I left the city in 2000 to build my life and career. However, I returned with my family in 2016 for one very specific reason. I wanted my sons to grow up with the exact same Gale pride that shaped my own childhood. Since returning in 2016 and watching the continuous budget battles unfold, I'm left to wonder if the students sitting in those same classrooms today are not experiencing the same pride I once had. They have had to watch adults engage in constant battles over basic educational needs year after year. Our high school students are perceptive, and they absorb the negativity surrounding these budget cycles. They deserve to see that their city views them as our most valuable asset rather than as a financial burden. My own family is a testament to what our educators can accomplish. My sons, Richie and Luke, are on the autism spectrum. They are flourishing today, but not because our system is fully supported, because the teachers and para-educators are essentially moving mountains with their bare hands. I serve as president of Shelton SEPTA and work with our organization to support families of children with special needs. Our children are not line items on a spreadsheet. They are human beings with incredible potential who rely on consistent investment to thrive. The proposed 0% increase by the mayor for the Board of Education threatens to dismantle the foundation of that success. This flat budget is actually a catastrophic reduction in services for our community. As we learned Tuesday evening at the A&T meeting, it has the potential to force the elimination of 72 to 94 positions in the district and to wipe out all sports and extracurricular activities. We know that these programs are often the only things that keep our students engaged and connected to their peers. We are risking their mental health and their future by removing these opportunities. Though the state has not reclassified cities since 2005, Connecticut still sorts our districts into district reference groups, often called DIRGs. These groups connect towns with similar socioeconomic profiles so we can compare ourselves to statistical peers. Shelton sits in DIRG D alongside 23 other cities in our state. Since I'm a data person, I took some time to visit EdSite and review the data specific to our DIRG. The per pupil expenditure data for the last posted year, which is 24-25, shows Shelton ranking in the bottom 4 out of the 24 towns in our DIRG. Our per pupil expenditure for that year was $20,097. The average investment for our peer group is approximately $23,270, meaning we are operating over $3,100 per student below our direct statistical peers. There is also a staggering gap of over $9,200 between us and the highest investing town in our group, Branford. Contrary to what you may be told, the numbers clearly show we cannot blame a lack of state aid for this disparity. First, I want to address an error that was stated on Tuesday. Since I deal with enrollment numbers regularly in my day job, it was stated that the enrollment numbers are based upon June. However, state enrollment numbers are based upon October 1st of a school year. For the 24-25 school year, Shelton received $8,515,020 in education cost-sharing funds. Based upon state reported enrollment, this translated to approximately $1,931 per student in state funding. Many districts in our peer group receive far less state aid per student, but still manage to contribute significantly more local dollars. Branford, the highest spending district in our group, receives only $1,521 per student from the state. Old Saybrook receives $132 per student in state aid, yet ranks the second highest spending in our district demographic. The data clearly shows that these towns make up for limited state funding through dedicated local investment. Shelton remains a clear outlier in its lack of financial commitment compared to towns with similar demographics. Our city is in a unique position to correct this course right now. The recent property revaluation added nearly $2 billion to our grand list. The city can still lower the mill rate and save taxpayers money while providing the Board of Education with funding required to honor approved contracts. Ultimately, we should base our local budget on what our city can handle internally rather than relying on unpredictable state education cost-sharing funds. I am asking that this board fund the Board of Education at an amount that is at minimum maintaining our current services. Our city absolutely has the resources to keep our staff in our buildings and our students on the playing fields. We can choose to show our students that we value their future as much as we value our fiscal consistency. Finally, I know he's not here, but I'd like this in the record. I'd like to invite Mayor Loretti to meet with myself and the members of our SEPTA Executive Board so that we can share our special education stories. I am also willing to take a day off from my own full-time job in a public school system to visit my boys' schools with Mayor Loretti. I want him to see what it's like every day for our teachers to work with large class sizes and especially how that affects our students with special needs. I want to walk those halls with him as both a parent and an educator, and he can see why a flat budget is simply not an option when he sees the realities. We all share the goal of making Shelton a place that families want to plant roots. We can work together to ensure that our budget reflects the true value of the students and educators who make that goal possible. Thank you.
I'm gonna ask for your cooperation, please. We don't need applause after each speaker. We extended the lady's speech beyond. We extended the speech beyond the 5 minutes allowed because we thought she was she had made a good point, and thank you.
Georgia,
Who's next, isn't it? Who's next, Donna?
Hi, everyone. My name is Georgianne DaCosta. I live at 32 Cedar Hill Road in Shelton. I'm a mother to 2 children. My son is in 5th grade and my daughter is in 8th grade. I'm sharing my opinion on the proposal for the zero.
Get closer to the mic, please. Or speak up. Thank you.
Did you hear anything?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll say it again if I need to. I am speaking my opinion on behalf of the proposal for the 0% increase for the school budget. It's no surprise that that the school district, the Shelton Public School System has been at the bottom of the totem pole for long enough. It seems that teachers and schools are struggling to maintain where they're at, let alone to not get any increase whatsoever. Teachers are regularly sending home notices and emails asking for help for supplies, which of course parents are happy to give, but basic supplies should be available in the classroom. Basic supplies like tissues. That, come on, potentially taking away all those positions for teachers seems to not make very much sense considering the student to teacher ratio where it is now is incredibly unbalanced. The proposal that I saw when it came across my eyes, it's unfathomable that anyone who either has children in the district or not, or has ever known a child in their entire life would think that that would be an acceptable thing to even put forward publicly. It's appalling. It's hard to comprehend how the children are not first and foremost at the top of all the lists. They're the future of this town. You're trying to keep the town going, but you're nailing into the ground the future. There's nothing more important than our children. I apologize if I'm keeping some of you awake. Thank you so much for your time.
Liz,
So my name is Liz Secaricia. I grew up in Shelton, spent around 10 years away in New Haven, but decided to move back when I was starting to build my family because I love it here. My parents live here. My sister lives here. She teaches here. We've always been here. So I wanted my children to grow up in a town that I love. I'm here because the current budget proposal scares me. And I respectfully ask you all to approve more funding than what is proposed. I know that's hopefully the goal, to at least give some more, but to really think about it. This isn't a new frustration. It's years of watching our schools be the place to trim when the budget gets tight. I support low taxes, but keeping them low should not compromise our children's education. The result is fewer teachers, larger classes, reduction in offerings to art and music, and limited support services. Those aren't small losses. They really shape whether a child can succeed or not. I want to be very clear. Our teachers and staff are dedicated and they're incredible. So I'm not talking about their effort. This is about it's about giving them the resources to do their job well. Neighboring districts with similar demographics are offering more robust programs and retaining staff more easily. When families start to believe private schools or other towns offer better opportunities, we all lose. We lose students, we lose neighborhoods, and we lose our future tax base. On a personal level, my daughter is in kindergarten and I have a 2-year-old son. I moved home hoping they would have the enrichment I had with music, art, smaller class sizes, and the necessary supports. Right now, my daughter is already missing so many of those opportunities. That shouldn't be acceptable. Kids are the ones who will live with the consequences of the decisions we're all making. Fighting for ECS funding is our responsibility, but if we don't win that money, it's our kids that are going to suffer. Investing in education is an investment in Shelton's future, our workforce, public safety, property values, and community well-being. I respectfully ask you to work together to approve a budget more than currently proposed and to find a balanced path that honors both fiscal responsibility and our children's needs. I do want to thank you, especially Alderman Anglis, for past support of education. As I know in the past, we've had these contentious things and we have had support. So I do thank you for that. And I'm hoping that that leadership will continue to urge the rest of the board to follow through now. Thank you for your time and for serving our community. Our kids deserve a better place. Show that we are willing to invest in them. Thank you.
Tom Harbinson, Shelton. I normally would not speak about a prior speaker's comments, but I need to say that I'm a Democrat. I don't need a lobotomy, and I'm not a retard. That kind of comment is offensive. I came here to speak tonight about the Conservation Commission. I sent you all an email, including a document regarding our appointments. I've repeatedly talked about this. They are stale. We have 2 vacancies that have gone on for years. 2 years ago, I brought this to you, and I was told that the appointments are one thing, but certainly we're going to fill those vacancies. We provided 2 names. The mayor has not done so. It is now up to you, per the charter, to do so. I respectfully ask that you make those appointments current and fill the 2 vacancies. On average, our conservation commissioners have stale appointments by 5 years. That's not appropriate, and it's uncalled for. In my letter to you, as chairman of the Conservation Commission, I pointed out that we are preparing to update our open space plan. It was last done 16 years ago. I would like a full complement on our Conservation Commission to undertake that task. Thank you in advance for doing your job of making the appointments.
Mr. Harbinson, just let me apologize to you publicly for not having carried through, which I intended to do. Unfortunately, as you may know, I'm still in the process of recovery from a fall, and so as soon as I can get myself back together, I'll have it ready.
I appreciate that. Thank you, and I wish you good health. Thank you.
Well, somebody signed up. Anybody else wishing to speak?
Okay. First, hello. I want to apologize for my lateness. I do work until 6:30. So I usually would have changed, but I felt this to be a very important meeting to be at. Oh, sorry. I am Debbie Brown, and I'm at 20 Catlin Place here in Shelton. As you have heard many of the speakers before me, the Board of Education budget. But I also want you to know about the special education students and what they go through. I sat here at the Board of A&T meeting with most of you, and I want you to know it was very disheartening to hear, well, the special education costs so much. I want you to know my daughters, my 2 wonderful daughters, one's a senior this year and has come through Shelton school systems. Both happen to have IEPs. And to hear you as a board and the board of A&T to be questioning and to be like, well, we can, special ed, special ed, not only hurts them, it gives us another check, another issue to go over, and another thing to have to fight for society. Did you know my daughter, my oldest, has an IQ through the roof? She could probably be, find the cure for cancer. How great would that be? And she could be like, well, I grew up in Shelton. How many kids are we not funding that are, they have the cure of cancer? We may have the next president roaming our halls. And I want you all to remember these kids that you may not see are kids, not numbers. So I am respectfully adding my voice to the speaker before with SEPTA. Come, I will take off from work. I will come and sit. I will come walk the halls with you. Come when you are thinking about this. Come talk to us. Talk to us. Meet our kids. Meet the names, the stories, the chances behind those numbers. I have a third grader also who is loved by her school, who is adored by her school. Yes, she may need some extra help. And Shelton has been awesome with it. Her teachers, her therapists, the school principal, all have been beyond amazing. I hear stories. I know stories. I will share stories of parents who have had to fight their school system. I can say I have not. Shelton has always been able to meet me halfway. With this budget, it scares me. And if I've got to go find a lawyer, I will. But why? When it's always been okay. So I ask you, and I plead with you, please take us up on our offers of meeting our kids, to meet with the staff. Do you know, I got an email, my child's class, the regular ed class, needed pencils. Pencils. How sad is that? I plead, please take us upon our offer. Show us that you actually are listening to us and meet these kids. Meet us. Hear our stories. Listen. And I ask this all respectfully and thank you for your time.
Good evening. Can you hear me okay? Thank you. My name is Dr. Rachel Bauer. I live at 369 Aspetuck Trail here in Shelton. My husband and I moved here in 2020 with a 3-month-old, and now we have twins on top of that. One is in the Shelton School District school system now. She's a kindergartner, and we love her teacher. We love her principal. We love her school. We love the people who are a part of our school district. We hate what our town is doing to the budget and what that budget is doing to our children. I'm a theater arts professor. I teach one of your children, actually. And I cannot stress enough how much the research shows that paracurricular activities, including the arts, athletics, as well as science clubs, actually help students learn better at all levels. Industry today is looking for individuals who are creative thinkers, who have the transferable skills of collaboration and communication. And you know how they get that? Through team sports and the arts and creative work. It is not something you get in the classroom by doing education based towards standardized testing every day. And again, that's not on you all. But it is something that students get in the whole person education that we as a town should be providing. My twins are not yet in elementary school. They're still at a wonderful local daycare. My daughter, like I said, is excelling in kindergarten, reading chapter books and doing an amazing job. And that's because of her teacher and the community that she has. The community that is continuously stepped on by this budget. And it's been, as others have said, a fight for years. I'm not from Connecticut. We moved here in 2020. I'm from New Jersey, and we had same budget issues for education. My mother was a teacher. My grandmother was a teacher. My grandfather was a teacher. My aunt was a teacher. My sister is also a teacher. I come from a family of teachers. I come from a family of people who care about education, and I'm asking all of you to care about our children's education, or we will leave this town. People will leave. The next generation of people who will sit in your seats and run the offices and have the economic impact of taxpayers in this town will leave. Thank you for your time. And I'm happy to talk more. If you would like a research that shows this, I'm happy to provide a literature review.
Is there anybody else?
There's nobody else signed up for.
Okay, there's nobody else. A motion to adjourn would be in order.
Second. Oh, so moved.
Second.
Second, okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered unanimously. Thank you very much, everybody, for your time and efforts on behalf of your children.